Hello, and welcome to another session of the Cost of Freedom. On today, I'll be talking a little bit about Miss Opal Lee and some of the lessons that I learned from her. I will not hold you long, but I promise you this journey will be impactful. So I thank you. I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. In 2020, right here in the city of Topeka, 2021, Miss Opal Lee, the mother of Juneteenth, came through the city of Topeka. And as she came through, she had already reached the 90s, the age where she was in the 90s, the age where she was in maturity, the age where she had already seen and heard so much and been impacted by so much. And we watched a woman who had already stepped through mothering her children and her grandchildren and her great grandchildren and community members. And we watched how she still understood that there was a need for us to have an understanding of what Juneteenth meant to us as a nation and as a whole. And so I watched as she walked around the Capitol. I watched as she connected with individuals within this community. I watched how she opened her mouth and spoke wisdom, knowledge, and understanding into all who were open to hear, and I received. And one of the things that I received from her is that when you have a dream, when you have a belief, when you have the unction to know that something has to happen, you can never give up on it. You go from having this thing just ache you and bother you to the point where you seek after solutions. And Miss Opal Lee seeked after solutions in people to assist her on the journey. She knew that for this to become a nationally acknowledged, for this to happen throughout the United States of America, that she had to connect herself to the right people. I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. As Miss Opal Lee went from state to state, city to city, landing and teaching and awakening others with her story of why this journey was so important. It was not just about her, nor was it about her family. It was about each and every one of us gaining an understanding that what is here in this nation called Black history is all's history. And so I watched Opal move just fluently through places as she spoke with grace, body tired, mind tired, but she moved. And some of us are at the points in our life where it's time that we move. It is time that we speak. It is time that we create. It is time that we connect. And Miss Opal not only spoke unto us and spoke over us, but she was able to connect. She is still connecting the lines of generations. We stand within a present day time where 5 generations are in the workforce moving. And Opal could see that there was a day that was coming for not only you, but for me, where we would celebrate in the streets and not be stricken down and killed because the nation had made it law and had made it order, so it must stand. And so one of the things that Miss Opal understands is that we had to shake up a system. We had to infiltrate a system that only seen this as being a state thing. But hold on, let me explain to you, this is a belated thing. Let me explain to you that when the proclamation went forward, the Emancipation Proclamation went forward, that there were still others that were in bondage, ancestors that were in bondage, that were struck and still being struck by others down unto their depths. And what she understood is that we must tell this story fluently so that others can believe that there is a testimony for their freedom rings throughout a nation, and we exist today. And so as I watch and listen and learn from the readings and the stories of our ancestors and elders, what we must understand is that those that were entrapped in a level of enslavement, of human trafficking, understood that there has to be a dream. They dreamed so deeply that they believed that there would be an opportunity for us to stand forth in this nation and be free. And so today, Opal not only tamed her steps, but she tamed a fluent movement that awakened others like you and I to step and believe and even be able to celebrate the day to achieve that it is freedom that rings throughout the United States of America, that freedom of voices must be heard. So we must speak truths, which are proofs that there will be a breaking down of alignment and freedom with me and you. So I say to you on today, open up your mind. Don't obey that thing that you hear them say or that look that you see them give, because there is a reason that freedom rings from ear to ear, coast to coast, level to level. And on today, I say to you, Opal Lee, you had me bow to thee. I bow to the strength that was in you. I bow to the creativity. I bow to the connection. I bow because you were profoundly allowing me to gain something that I had not tangibly been able to connect to until I seen history in the making, and you were there before me here in the great state of Topeka, Kansas, this great city, this great state, where we know what it looked like as we heard through textbooks about a bloody Kansas and how they were fighting before the Emancipation Proclamation ever went through here. But you stood here believing that something would happen for us here, believing that our children should see and hear this in history books at a different level, a deeper level that enlightened them to be pathfinders as you were moving forward, as you were. Our ancestors were artists who took brokenness and opportunities by the roots, creating a life, a future, a legacy of endurance and perseverance. From their dreams, we are able to stand. From their dreams, we understand that we are not an abnormal woman nor man. From their dreams and their visions, we have a legacy that's set for us to be believing. And I thank you for joining me tonight as we spoke about Opal Lee. Please open your mouths and celebrate thee. I leave you with peace.